I'm Kim, the Abundant Traveler, and I hope that everyone is staying safe and healthy during this shelter in place and quarantine that is happening in the world. I am missing travel so much. It is making me crazy to think that I cannot get on a plane and go somewhere. It's what I do. It's why I work. It's why I breathe. It's to travel. So this time has been extremely challenging for me from that respect. I'm going to share with you the top 20 things that I think you could do to keep your brain thinking about flying into the wild blue yonder. Some of these items are quite simple, others are a little more complicated, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing is super easy. Simply change your display and your sleep mode on your computer to either pictures from your travels or places that you'd like to go. You know, we're all sitting at the computer quite a lot these days, and so wouldn't it be great to look at all the places that you've been in the past to change your mind out of this craziness and focus on your travel. Next, while you're thinking about that travel, you might as well go make that scrapbook that you have put off for the past 2 years from that amazing trip that you went way back then. There are great online programs that you can actually go and make those scrapbooks and those memory books that you've just put off doing. Number 3, 4, and 5 are relatively easy, and I've seen lots of articles online about that. Number 3, watch some movies that are about travel. Whether you watch Eat, Pray, Love or Under the Tuscan Sun, those are great options, but also think about some documentaries as well, including Antarctica. I am going to be watching that this week because I haven't been to the 7th continent, and so I want to learn a little more about it. Next is reading travel books. You can read The Alchemist, you can read about the Camino, you can read about everything in the world. My favorite travel author is a historical fiction author named Wilbur Smith, and he writes all about Africa, and I love all of his books. So if you're not familiar with Wilbur Smith, check him out. And number 5, check out some of the virtual tours online that you can see, from looking at the Smithsonian to cities like Paris and Rome, the national parks, and some of the world famous zoos. It's a great way to get your mind out of your house and into some other location. The next item is a little more in depth, but a lot of fun. Go to Google, find some international recipes, and start cooking some amazing food in your house. Put the Cheetos away and go cook some Indian food or some Thai food, or make that Italian recipe that you've never made before, like the Tuscan soup. That would be delicious right now. In addition to making those amazing international dishes, I suggest that you start playing some international music around your house. Learn a new dance from another place, you know, like the Greeks when they're dancing or throwing their plates or something like that. Or if you're not from Texas, put on some country and learn to two-step. Me, I am learning some of the mariachi music because I love Mexico and I want to know what the mariachis are singing when I get the opportunity to go back to Mexico. The next item is very easy and very giving to other people. Go to TRIPADVISOR and write a review for some amazing experience that you've had. It's sharing and caring, and it helps you bring back your experiences from your past travel. The next items are all about planning your next trips. 1, create your bucket list. Use Pinterest, use a vision board, do whatever it takes and put things down, even on a piece of cardboard. Print out some pictures and start your bucket list. You're never gonna go if you don't put it on the list to go. Next is actually planning the physical trips. I'm sure that before we're able to travel internationally, we'll be able to travel locally. So start planning a local trip, a day trip or road trip from your house. I'm from Austin, Texas, and so I'm looking to do things like going to Fredericksburg or heading up to Magnolia Silos again. Some of those things going out to the hill country and checking out the bluebonnets. So I am already working on some of my local trips. Next, definitely for me, I am making plans for my international trips. Go ahead, go online, start writing that itinerary, go to Viator and check out some things that you'd like to do, check out flights, give yourself some flight alerts on Google, and start planning that trip. We are gonna be able to travel again soon, I just know it, so start making plans now. The next couple of items are all about connecting with other people. First is call your friends, call your family, make a Zoom appointment, do FaceTime, and just talk about travel. Talk about where they've been, talk about where you'd like to go. Share your experiences and share some connection since we're all stuck at home at the moment. The next one is to go and get on some of the forums and ask questions about places you'd like to go. Go to Reddit, go to Quora, go to Facebook groups, wherever you can find. Actually go to TRIPADVISOR and ask a question and connect with other people across the world answering your questions about where you want to go. The next couple of items have to do with rearranging your house. No, I'm not suggesting spring cleaning, but I am suggesting a couple of fun things to do. First, wouldn't you love to have a spa-style bath or a luxurious hotel room for your bedroom? Why not go to the company store or Macy's or Nordstrom, go online, order some linens, order some new bed spreads, order a new robe and some slippers, and turn your bedroom and your bathroom into a luxurious, luxury, delicious hotel room. Another way to rearrange your house a little bit is to go pull out all of those tchotchkes and all of those crazy things you bought that you thought you had to have on your travels. You know, you have a box in the back of your bedroom somewhere that is full of just stuff. Well, why don't you pull all those treasures out and put them out by your computer, put it out by your TV, put it in your kitchen where you can actually see it, and just enjoy and remind yourself of those amazing travel experiences that you've had in the past. The last thing about rearranging your house just a smidge is to buy one of those scratch-off maps of the world. I put the link in the description below. I have just purchased one and I am going to put it on a piece of corkboard, scratch off all the places that I've been, 60-something countries, and I'm going to put pins in all of the places that I still want to go. Okay, 60 countries is a lot, but there's still more than 100 that I have to see. Another thing that I really like to play with are the different websites where you can check off the things that you have done. Either countries or list the things that you have done or list the places that you have visited before. One of my favorites is called Most Traveled People, or mtp.com. It's a fun site where you can fill in all the places that you've been to and you can compare yourself against other travelers across the world. They also have a really interesting forum as well. One of my favorite things to do when planning travel is to pick an activity that I love to do or something that I'd like to learn to do, and then go online or ask my friends to find out where the best place in the world is to do that. So the first time I went hot air balloon riding, I did it in the Serengeti. I didn't want to do it anytime before. I had to do it during the migration in the Serengeti. I learned to scuba dive in Dahab, Egypt, because a friend of mine said the best place to dive in the world is the Red Sea. So, of course, that's where I decided to learn to scuba dive. Another one is bungee jumping. My first time bungee jumping was over the Zambezi Bridge in Zambia at Victoria Falls. Why did I have to jump off the tallest bridge jump in the world? I don't know, it just sounded like a good thing to do, so I did it. The next thing is very, very important. We can't travel without our travel fund. There are a couple of ways that I like to create my travel fund. One, I have a savings account that I move money automatically out of my regular checking over to the savings account, and I don't touch it except for travel. The other thing is I have a jar that is sitting on my kitchen counter, and every morning I take money out of my wallet. It could be $1, it could be a quarter, it could be anything. It is my travel fund. At the end of a month, there may only be $25 in there, but it is the process of remembering to put money towards travel all of the time, which is extremely important. Got to keep travel at the forefront of your mind. And the final item is to take some time during this quarantine and to learn another language. I think it's extremely important to speak other languages, and if you speak English and you speak Spanish, my understanding is that you can speak to, I believe, 80% of the world. So if you're not bilingual, why not take the opportunity to become bilingual while we're at home during this quarantine? So those are my top 20 things to think about while you're at home in quarantine to keep your mind on travel. If you have any other suggestions, please let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and introduce yourself also in the comments below. I'm Kim, the Abundant Traveler, and I'll see you on the next adventure when we can actually leave the house. See you soon. Is that too busy? Is that too busy? So close. Some of these items are a little more challenging than others, but no. The next thing is to rearrange your house. Yes, rearrange it. Okay, not exactly.